The Hatboro Horsham Education Foundation has been giving grants to Hatboro Horsham schools for over 20 years. The money that HHEF raises goes to support classroom and school-wide projects across the district. Whether it's guest speakers or equipment to help teachers, the Education Foundation has become a valuable resource to the Hatboro Horsham School District.
The grant brought us so much closer to having really state-of-the-art equipment here at Hallowell in order to connect with really anywhere in the world.
The toys that we need to get for these kids to get them that real-world experience, so when they graduate, they can go on to communication school and already have had that real-world application of what technology should and can feel and look like in high school. We couldn't do it without HHEF.
Some of last year's grants are being put to good use this year. 2 elementary schools used their grants for video conferencing to communicate with outside learning resources like NASA and the Carnegie Museum of Natural History. It was a great interactive approach to learning, using technology as a resource.
And back to minerals, you were bringing up some things about different minerals in different rocks.
Vinegar.
All right. Do you know? Calcite. All right. So calcite. Let me see if I remember where I put my calcite. This is some examples of the way calcite looks in its crystal form. But we do have different types of crystals. Okay, great. What else?
Taylor.
How long are the astronauts up in space when on the spaceship?
They're on the space station for about 6 months at a time. So when a mission launches, and those men and women live on the space station for 5 to 6 months. So it's a long time. Anybody have a family member in the military? Okay, and they have been deployed to either Iraq or Afghanistan or somewhere overseas, and they've been gone for maybe 6 months to a year. It's kind of like that. I mean, the astronauts are being deployed into space, so they're away from their families, their wives, their husbands, and their kids for 6 months.
This year, what we're trying to do is expand our program, at least here at Hallowell, and throughout the district and the elementary schools to include content experts. And that was the one that we had today, and that was with NASA. It's really opened the doors for our students as far as leading them into some of those 21st century skills that we all know that they need, and that is, the collaboration, the communication, and you could see today a very interactive environment between NASA and our students. You can see that students were very well prepared, and they had some really great questions just right off the cuff, right off the top of their heads, and I was so proud of them. They did a wonderful job.
It was a lot of fun. We got to answer a bunch of questions, and we got to test our knowledge.
Well, I think it was really cool how we got to learn about more things about science, about the NASA, because once we really heard that our teacher, we were going to learn about NASA, we didn't really think we would know anything until we had that conference.
Elementary school science was just one area of study HHEF grant money was utilized. Celebrating the 40th anniversary of Dr. Seuss's Lorax story was another HHEF initiative that got students thinking about their environment.
The Lorax program is to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the writing of the Lorax by Dr. Seuss, and it's designed to get all of the kids and their families and the community members involved in recycling, taking care of the environment so that it becomes second nature to them.
Mary Arbuckle from Blair Mill School partnered with the Hatboro Horsham Educational Foundation to establish this program where the costume, the Lorax, would visit each of the elementary schools this week, visit with the children, and distribute seeds that the classroom teacher can then plant with the children that they can watch grow.
You know what the Lorax brought for you? Well, what does the Lorax do at the end of the movie?
Give you seeds.
Right.
From classrooms to the stage, HHEF also sponsored public speakers who spoke to students and the community on a wide range of topics. Speakers like Jeff Yalden, who talked about life lessons with parents and high school students.
When that house shook, I was like, no, no, no. I go marching right upstairs to my daughter's room, and I knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. My daughter opens the door. I said, baby, we don't slam doors in this house. Get out! I said, I just want to make sure you heard me. I heard you! Get out! I was like, Jesus, shut the door. I walk away.
We really try to focus on offering alternative learning experiences for the students. Going on today with Jeff Yalden, that was totally orchestrated by the principal here at the high school, Dennis Williams. He was looking for a good way to kick off the year this year, give students a good message to carry with them the rest of the school year. And it's the kind of message that you're not going to learn out of your English book or your math book or that type of thing. It's outside of the standard curriculum. So I'd say most of our really great ideas for speakers come from the people that are in the school district that are interacting with the students on a day-to-day basis, like the principals and the teachers.
Another speaker with a different message was Jerry Greenfield, founder of the famous Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
To think that if you want to make money, you do it over here in a business. If you want to do some good, you do it over here. And you can't possibly combine the two. But what we found is that if you get rid of that mindset, the opportunity to address both of those bottom lines is essentially limitless.
Well, previous to the presentation I heard today, I thought that most businesses didn't care about the small people, like that they were just about making money. But after hearing Jerry talk, I realized that not all businesses are like that. Like Jerry's company cared a lot about the smaller people, and they did a lot for the community, and they were very environmentally friendly. So I think that was good to show that not all businesses are necessarily bad.
And then there was former Philadelphia Eagle Vince Papale speaking to middle school students and the community about never giving up on your dreams. And finally, Dr. James Moore spoke at Simmons Elementary School to parents about the art of parenting. These speakers provided real-world experiences to our students and community. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for grant money awarded by the Hatboro Horsham Education Foundation.
There's a lot of different alternative ways that students learn, and we like to try to offer new opportunities that are outside the classroom. All the programs that we do are tied to the curriculum in some way as well.